Well, good day to everyone, and welcome to this first webinar dedicated to international degrees at PSB. We are very pleased to see that we have many people connected tonight. So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Loïc Mati. I'm the Director of Admissions here at Paris School of Business. And I am together with two very important people, with Mr. Kalisz, David. Good day, David. How are you?
Hello, everyone. All good. Thank you very much. Nice. Thank you for having me.
Well, welcome on board. So, David, you're the director of one of our degrees here at PSB, dedicated to international students.
Yeah, exactly. The international management program for master's students in the English track, of course, for international students.
English track. And Emilia Dujardin. Emilia, although you have a French kind of, your name sounds a bit French, but you're from Germany.
Exactly. I'm from Germany, Berlin to be precise. And I have a French-Belgium name for whatever reason. I am really German. So, yeah. And I'm studying international management at PSB.
Okay. So, Emilia, you're in the class managed by Mr. Kalisz. So that's one of the degree we will look at during this webinar. So before we start with a presentation about PSB and its degrees, I'd like to remind that you can ask questions within the chat. You won't see all questions as a participant, but we will do, and we will reply live on show. So feel free to ask any questions you may have regarding degrees here at PSB. So I'd like to start with a presentation about PSB shortly. The idea is that we can have a reply to most of your questions. So Paris School of Business, aka PSB, is so located in Paris, France. It's a private business school that was founded in 1974, and we do offer degrees in French as well as in English at both undergrad and postgraduate level. We are part of the network, which is called Galileo Global Education, which is one of the largest private education providers in the world. One network, 41 schools. Some are in France, some are in Europe, goes to Norway, Germany, Italy, as well as Mexico, Senegal. So it's a large network of 41 schools, gathering more than 100,000 students. And it allows us, we will see during this presentation, what we call hybridization, so allowing students to be part of, to follow classes in different schools with different topics than business. We are founded in 1974. We had 6 years ago less than 3,000 students. Now we have more than 4,000. And among those years, the school has got different accreditation at national level as well as international level. And the last one being AACSB that we got after, well, in 2020. So accredited at national level, all degrees at PSB that we will see later on are fully accredited within France, as well as international level. The school and its degrees being AMBA accredited, AACSB accredited, and the school has recently been ranked 88th within the European Business School ranking at the Financial Times. David, I have a first question. So I know you were part of the AACSB accreditation audit that took place earlier this year.
Yeah.
Can you explain maybe a bit among our students how important it is to get a degree from an accredited school compared to a business school with no accreditation?
Yes, of course. I mean, the important point to highlight that AACSB is not the only accreditation that we have. We have a few other accreditations. We are one of the top accredited business schools in France and in Europe as well. So these accreditations are quite important on the level of recognition of your diploma in many different countries, not only in Europe but abroad. So basically, accreditation has a very strict rules how to conduct the classes, how to make the exams, what kind of competences you gain throughout your courses while having them at our school. And basically, this high quality approval by the accreditors, it's recognizable in many different countries, and it's some kind of a proof additional to your diploma if the school's accredited, that they know exactly that you went through some specific theory, you have specific competences, specific knowledge. So it's kind of like additional labor on your diploma that guarantees the quality of what you've been doing with us. So that's why we put like tremendous attention to accreditation part, and we're continuously improving the qualification and accreditation for our school to actually be in this top rankings. You'll see that in a minute, and I've seen in the Loic's presentation there have been also some mentioning about rankings. So you have to understand that we are one of the top business schools that is accredited with EPAS, with AMBA, with AACSB, also with some French accreditations as well. And the most important thing is that this year we jumped into top 100 business school in the world in Financial Times ranking. So this is because of the accreditations that we've had as well, that proves exactly that we are in the top business schools. That's why we are expecting that you're going to join us soon.
Indeed, and if I may add on, because France has a specific system compared to English-speaking countries. When you want to study specific fields such as business, engineering, political science, you tend to go to specific schools. So Paris School of Business is a business school, only delivering business or management related degrees. We are not to universities. And in our system, when you do business, when you want to study business or become an engineer, you tend to go to business school, engineering school, and not to public and global universities that you may have in countries such as the US or the UK, Australia, and so on. So that's also part of the difference between France and other countries. Emilia, then again, same question. Was it important for you when you decided to select, when you were looking for a degree abroad? Did you look at accreditation, whether the school, the recognition, and so on, or not really? You wanted to be in Paris, and that was most of the main important point.
Yeah. So. I looked at both. To be honest, yes, I wanted to be in Paris because I always dreamed to be in the city and also to work in the city at one point. But it was also very important to me that my university or business school, I wasn't sure of that in any way when I was looking for a business school. That it had a great accreditation, and like it has also good partners from as a school. It is established already, and it for my future ways that I could kind of see where I would be going. And I thought that PSB was a great start for me to do my master. I'm doing a master. And yeah, so that was very important to me. And I also heard that it was also important to me from my university, my old university. One professor came to me and he was like, I know you want to maybe be in Paris later for your master. And he was actually recommending PSB to me. I don't know why he had the connection, but he was like, I know this is very established and I think that could be a good fit for you. And also another friend from Paris was studying here at one point. And so I was like, I should really check that out. And it worked perfectly for me. Yes. So.
Okay. So this is very important when you need to select your institution to study abroad, whether it's in Paris, France, or anywhere else. Some feedback. So we have about 4,000 students, 98 faculty member, and David is one of them. And among our campus, we have about 600 students from 100, more than 100 different nationalities, meaning that there is a strong international dimension on campus with students, faculty, and even if you don't speak French, you can study at Paris School of Business, and you will be able, of course, during your daily your studies and besides studies, to enjoy and have a good time with students from different nationalities. So we have one mission, prepare students to become highly skilled manager. And for that, we have different degrees. We have undergrad, postgrad, and executive and extension degrees. So at undergrad level, we have two options. One is the BBA, so it's a 3 years degree, which can be joined after high school. It's a fully recognized degree, accredited once again. And within this program, which is available in French and or English, you will be able to major during the 3rd year within different specializations, which are luxury brand management, international marketing, finance and accounting, and international management. So this degree is fully delivered in English and mostly welcome students from abroad, as well as some domestic students, and allows you to gain a first degree. And after that, you can decide to study to enter the job market or keep on studying at PSB if you're fully satisfied with our institution, or you can go back to Dubai, US, Australia, and so on. So this is the first option. The second option is what we call the Master in Management or Grande École Programme, which is a flagship degree at PSB. It's a 5 years degree after high school, allowing you to gain a master degree. Then again, it's available in French and English with different majors. There are about 16 majors available, and 4 of them are fully delivered in English, which are international business, international finance, luxury brand management, and arts and cultural management. So those 2 degrees are available after high school for students, and you have the option to do a 3 years or a 5 years degree. So that's some of the majors available within the Master in Management, which you can select during the 4th year. We have also, of course, postgrad studies. So the main one and the one which we will focus on today are Master of Science, which are degrees allowing students with a 3 years or 4 years undergrad degree to complete the equivalent of 300 ECTS globally, and to get what we call a Master of Science here in France. So we have different majors: international management, international finance, hospitality and tourism management, luxury and fashion management, marketing strategy, data analytics, arts and cultural management, purchasing, and international marketing and business development. And then I'll move to David. David, what is the goals of the MSc? How would you describe what the skills students must acquire when they complete the MSc?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically, the approach is quite different for our bachelor students and for master students. At the MSc programs, we're expecting you to already know some theory, and we'll be working with kind of similar tools that we cover on the BBA course, but we'll be doing them on the practical side. So we're going to expect that you already know quite a lot, although we'll be equipping you with talking about the tools that you've already had on your bachelor studies, but on more advanced levels. So we are focusing on very practical knowledge, working with case studies, working on, let's say, live organism, which are the companies around you, but not only business for profit companies. You'll be also having classes about non-profit organizations, about NGOs, about ethics, about CSR. So that gives you a very broad, let's say, big image about how the business world looks like today. And especially in the program that I'm ahead of, which is international management, we have quite a variety of courses that equip you to see really the big picture from the financial side, from ethical side, from legal side. And also, if you jump on some courses with me, we'll be talking also about the future. How can we see what's going to happen? What are the trends today? How the business will change, and what kind of competences of the future you will need to be in the competitive market. I've seen that some of you asked some questions here in the chat. What kind of possibilities on the job market you will have after the studies? This is actually what we're focusing on. We're focusing you on not only knowing the hard skills, but equipping you with some soft skills that will be needed to be competitive on the job market.
Well, thank you, David. Emilia, you've been you joined the degree and you joined Paris only a few weeks before the lockdown, meaning most of the classes have been online so far. Can you share a bit about your experience as a Master of Science International Management student, and maybe let us know what kind of classes you've had during the first semester?
Yes, sure. So I came to Paris with the knowledge that Corona is still happening. Of course, I was hoping that it gets better, but I was introduced to online classes the second week after my studies, I would say. So we had an orientation week, and luckily that was kind of in person. The second week, then we were fully online. And for that, I can just look at my courses really quick, then I can explain what I have still. Right now I'm doing marketing management, strategic management, financial management, international business, human resource management, digital business, international trade, and capstone theory, so our thesis, but this is maybe too much into detail. So as a reminder, I'm studying international management. So having online classes was really helpful in a way that I could still be able to do my full master fully acknowledged, and we're working on Blackboard right now, but I know that it's going to switch. But for us, it was a great way of communicating still due to COVID. Like, the school is not responsible that COVID is happening, and like they're of course not. So they're trying their best, and we really noticed that the effort that the staff is putting in. They try to have meetings besides school to let us know how we feel about it. And as far as it comes to student relationships, building student relationships, we had the first week in person. So we were able to kind of connect, but just for 1 or 2 days. And then we, as far as we go, we are all adults, and we made online chats, and we tried to get to know each other and our different cultures, and it was fine. And I feel like now we have a really strong bond still. So I am a fan of online courses, and I am not a fan of the reason why we have online class. But of course, I feel like the school is handling that very, very well, and I feel welcomed and taken care of in a way.
Good. David, can we say a word to, so you're in charge of international management. We spoke a bit before about the different MSc we have. To whom is dedicated IM? What kind of students should look for that degree compared to the other Master of Science available at Paris School of Business?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So basically, our master in international management is luckily the biggest program. Always we have the most people joining exactly this one, and there is a very simple reason for that, because it gives you a really good foundation of different elements linked with business, from finance, from supply chains, from ethics, from legal perspective, from future perspective as well. And then it gives you quite a big set of competences to jump on the job market here in France or in Europe or anywhere else, wherever you want actually. And why this master is so popular, I think that our structure of the program, it's quite well. We're updating every year. We're updating our programs just to make sure that the classes that you're taking are corresponding with the market needs. So we're vigilant about how the market changes. Especially this year has been very unprecedented, I would have to say. We've never had a situation during our lives like this. So we're already finishing the process in 4 days, actually. We have time till December 15th to update the programs for next year. So we are thinking about what you're going to need. And international management gives you this kind of big perspective to get ready how the market will change in the next few years. So that's why I always encourage students as much as I can to pick this program, to join and work a little bit with me, because I'm also I'm associate professor here at Paris School of Business. So you'll have a chance to work with me or many colleagues of mine who you will have classes with. So I do believe that putting this in short, the international management program gives you a very wide variety of skills that might be needed on the job market. And there are plenty of different jobs, either in private or in public sector, linked with business in general, that will allow you to apply to.
Well, thank you, David. So we have different Master of Science, and I'll share later on the brochure so you can have all details about our degrees. In addition to that, we have executive degrees. So we have two, but I won't focus. One is the Master of Business Administration, which is a step above the Master in International Management, as it is dedicated to students with a bachelor degree on one side, as well as an additional 3 years managerial experience. So it is mostly dedicated to professionals willing to boost their career by completing a recognized degree. We all know the MBAs and gaining new skills for their professional development. We also have a doctorate of business administration for professionals as well, willing to do applied research. Then again, it's a part-time degree, meaning students or professionals must be on campus at least 3 weeks per year over three years. We also offer short-term non-degree seeking program, exchange for partner institution, short program or study abroad for students willing to do 1 semester of studies, mostly at undergrad level, in order to gain credits towards their home degree. And we do offer short program at winter and summertime in entrepreneurship, as well as lecturing brand management. So that's the degree available at PSB. And in all cases, when it comes to admissions, so admissions are done on a rolling basis. You need to provide a full application with academic transcript, degrees, CV, motivation letter, and so on. English proficiency test if you do not come from English-speaking countries. And the first step is to assess your application, and then you will have an interview with one of the program manager in order to confirm skills and knowledge to join PSB for one of our degrees. So PSB is also, so we have degrees, of course, strong network of partner institutions abroad. You mentioned, Emilia, that you were advised by one of the faculty in Germany to join PSB. We have about 165 partner universities worldwide, mostly dedicated to domestic students willing to study abroad as part of their degree. Powerful link with companies. We have a network of about 3,000 companies located in France and abroad. Again, the school being founded in 1974 in Paris. We have been along the years able to develop a strong network of companies, different size, from the major brands up to down to a startup with a smaller staff. Dynamic student life. Unfortunately for you, Emilia, it's been a bit overshadowed by COVID and online. It's difficult to have student life online, but on campus we have student organizations organizing activities during the year, allowing students to get together. So that's a strong point as well, because it allows domestic and international students to mix as well when they are located on campus. Some of the activities organized by our students, which are currently on hold, but hopefully early next year we'll be able to start new further activities in order to enjoy life in Paris. Alumni, this is very important for you as international students. Most of you are interested by Master of Science, meaning after that you plan to join the job market. So we have about 15,000 alumni all over the world, and activities, again, when in a COVID-free world, activities organized in France and in the main worldwide city, Shanghai, New York, Berlin, well, that goes depending of the number of alumni in each city and country. So this is also important for you because you'll be able to join this network once you have completed your studies. Our campus, so located in the 13th district of Paris. It's very well served by public transport, so it's very easy to commute to our campus, and that allows also students to live if they need or if they want on the outskirts of Paris, where accommodation is is sometimes more affordable. We are located, so on our campus we have 3 schools: business startup incubator, Bloomberg Financial Room, traditional classroom, collaborative ones as well, where students can get together and work on project base and learning by doing. Food places as well on campus, study place, Bloomberg. And we are located in the 13th district, so in the south of Paris, which is one of the most important Chinatown in Europe, but also close to Station F, the largest startup incubator. So we have Link as well for students keen to do entrepreneurship, close to the banks of the Seine as well. So it's very nice to hang out over there, especially when the sunny days are on in springtime. Close to the Seine, and only 10 minutes walk by one of the largest library, the Bibliothèque Nationale. Then again, for those that needs to study quietly and willing to be off campus. So it's a very well served campus in a dynamic, not the most touristic district, but in a very dynamic area where you have also different university campus, all the food option and so on. Emilia, maybe you can. So you haven't spent much time on campus, but can you share maybe your experience about the campus, the district?
Yeah. So the first thing I noticed. Okay, I've been there 3 times, I think,
yeah.
Unfortunately. But the first thing I noticed is that is what you already said. It was really easy to access. My train just went through. It was 20 minutes from my place. And I was kind of surprised on how new the places would be if we had like class there, and like how welcoming also everyone was, kind of, I feel. We went there I did not know anyone. I went into the university and we had the orientation day, and there were places to sit and also to take like rooms and everything, and I haven't had that in my university, so that was like a great place, and I wish we could come there to study because that actually looked really welcoming. But I'm looking forward to the time when we can be on campus also, because I can see myself being there besides class, because it felt good. There were food options, there were different automats, like where you can just simply get like any food you kind of want. There's a cafeteria. The internet was good, which is quite surprising. And I enjoyed it, yes.
David, how is the campus for an associate professor and faculty at PSB?
Well, the interesting thing about campus is that a lot of students hang out on the campus after they finish the classes. So that's only showing the thing that they enjoy spending time over there, because we have also dedicated room for students to kind of sit, relax, and spend their time. A little bit more comfortable space with, not simply chairs, but like some sofas where you can get your laptop, work together on your project in your teams. The internet connection, it's all equipped with fiber connection, so you have very fast internet. If you're a student, you use a very simple solution, which is called one login. You use the same login for your Wi-Fi, same login for your extranet, same login to get your class materials, same login to get in touch with your professor. So basically, everything is organized in a quite simple way to. So basically, we pay attention about what's kind of really important trend in business today, which is user experience. That once you get in, you don't have any problems. You don't need to search for IT because you have problems with connections or things like that. So we're working on everything to be set before your arrival. That's why, as Emilia said, once you get finally into the campus, there is an orientation day. You're getting some also, I would say, gifts with our branding, so everyone knows that you're from Paris School of Business. And then once you jump in, you normally receive at the beginning of your studies all the necessary information, the map, how to get around the campus, the information what to do outside of the campus, and how to access the most important places in the campus, including the library, which is mostly online. We have quite a lot of resources online, so you don't have to work with physical books. That's one thing. Second thing, how to get, for example, into Bloomberg. We have Bloomberg Financial Lab. If someone's interested in finance, that's really important. Where to get food in the campus, how to find your classrooms, and so on. Also, when we're talking about this digital experience, because on the other hand, I'm also responsible for the digital part in PSB. For example, we have the system that once you get to your classroom, you will have the automatic trackpad just in front of the classroom. You just sign electronically for your presence in the course, and we're not going to waste time and check the attendance list, for example, during the classes. We have the technology to do that for us. So we have couple of surprises that probably you won't find anywhere else.
So we have a lot of questions regarding how whether classes will be on campus or online for the next intakes. So just as a reminder, we have two possible intakes. One is in February, one is in October. Of course, we are dependent of the COVID situation, so we are strictly following requirements from the national authorities. We depend on the Ministry of Higher Education and Research and Innovation in France, meaning that if they tell us that we must provide classes online for the safety of students and staff, of course, we'll move online. And as soon as they tell us, okay, you can welcome students on campus again, courses will resume online. Offline, I mean on campus. This is a priority. While the situation is a bit difficult, David, maybe you can share your experience as teaching online, whether it changes a lot for you and for your students by providing online classes compared to on campus.
Well, I'm gonna try to explain how everything works, and at the same time to help our team, which is in the back office, answering your questions. I'll tell you. Because you're asking us like what we envision for next semester, let's say September 2021. We are doing everything we can to get you back on the campus to have physical classes. This is our priority, but we are not. We don't have a possibility to tell you how the future is going to look like. Although in one of my classes we teach students how to basically analyze the future of business. We're have to be, as Loic said, according to the governmental restrictions, because your health and our health is the priority, and we have to be 100% working as the government tells us to do. So safety is the most important thing. How the classes are working online, I think that they're working quite well, simply because luckily or not, we had transport strikes last year in France, and students couldn't come to the campus because the transport was really complicated. So Paris School of Business was prepared for that solution, because we had to move for a very short while, but we moved all the classes online for something about a month. So when COVID started, actually, we weren't kind of surprised. We weren't panicking. We weren't in shock. It took exactly 1 day to switch classes back online. There wasn't a big problem. And of course, we can talk about comparison of physical class and class online. There are some positive and the negative sides as usually, but we're trying to allow you to do some projects, to work in groups. We are using Blackboard Collaborate solutions that allow you to create small teams during the session without like disconnecting, sharing the screens, sharing the presentation, allows students to present, allows professors to share videos, to share documents, to share PPTs, to ask questions, to make quizzes. Plus, we have a very interesting thing, which is called, I don't know if Emilia had the chance to work with it or maybe not yet, the platform, which is called PSB Learn. That's our learning platform that allows you to jump on the platform and take part of the course online. For example, imagine a situation that you're doing some theory and some kind of easy stuff online, or if someone didn't study business before and is on master studies and needs to cover up some or catch up some information, you can do this at home. And then once we're going to meet in class, we're going to be working in practice about everything that you've had already learned. So the learning process, I believe it's faster than in the other universities, because you have the possibilities to actually work a little bit outside of the classroom, then work more in practice. And as I mentioned before, no one's going to waste your time to check the attendance and so on. We have automation that arrived in the campus that allows you to do everything faster. If we're talking about online classes, our platform also automatically will check your attendance, so you don't have to worry or get in touch with your professor that's saying that you were present or you've been there. If you've been there, you've been there, because it's all linked with technology. Your name, using the one login, will guarantee that you've been in the class, or maybe not. But the experience is, I think, quite well. Emilia, maybe from the student side, can confirm that we're using one solution. There is one platform for every course. You have one account, and everything's managed in the quite simple and very effective way.
Emilia?
Yeah, I can confirm that. I definitely feel like it is unified. It is easy to accept. You get your personal links, and then you can just enroll in classes. It is not taking much time to check, okay, is everyone there, because you get an automatic, as David told us, you get an automatic link afterwards, and it's very easy handled. And what I'd like to add to that, I think it's amazing how the teachers adapted in those kind of situations and they really take everything into account. Also, if you have technological issues or anything else, I feel like it's just very responsive in a way. So if you have any issues, I feel like the connection between students or staff, students and teachers or staff is very good, very easy. You always have people to talk about whatever issues, and yes, this is what I like so far about this experience with online classes.
David, speaking about the faculty, can you maybe tell us a bit what kind of teacher MSc students will have the chance to be lectured of? Is it PhD holder, professional, permanent? What is the faculty for MSc students at PSB?
So we have something about 100 permanent professors, but we also have professionals who join us to work with you on the practical side of the courses. So most of the faculty, I would say, that would be experienced lecturers with. So there would be PhD holders like me, for example. So you will have people who's been there with academia for a while, who have the experience in teaching classes either in English or in French. Most of the faculty that you're going to find in your programs will be also some people who've already worked in business, so they have the comparison of teaching you some theory and linking it with practice as well. There will be, of course, some native speakers, because we have quite international faculty as the students. So we have people from all over the world. For example, I live in France, but I'm not French originally, but you'll be having classes with me in English. You'll have people from the US, from the UK, from France, from many different countries all over the world. So I think that especially with the English track, you have a possibility to really interact with many different cultures, with students from many different countries, from Germany, from India, from China, from the US, and many other countries. We have, as Loic said, over 100 countries. Right now we have a little bit less international students because of the travel restrictions, but normally it's around 20 to 25% of the campus. So there's also a few events organized throughout the year, so you guys can integrate, know each other. And the faculty, it's I think playing a part in the learning process, that we are trying to be a little bit more friends with you than just acting like a professors, because we're trying to kind of settle you in France and feel comfortable in Paris School of Business, and then take as much as you can of the positive insights from the learning experience.
Thank you, David. So just we'll get back. So the campus is located in the 13th, which is also a kind of an open-air museum. I don't know, then again, Emilia, if you had the chance to see some of them, because Paris is a bit quieter, have been quieter for the last couple of months. So yeah, many good dynamic area to study. So we've got lots of questions from students. Just to confirm, France and PSB, of course, are both very keen to welcome international students. And in Paris, being an international student, you will, of course, get, I've seen a question from Leah, you are entitled to free medical insurance. We have a healthcare system which is called Sécurité Sociale in French, which is kind of Medicare. So you just need to apply once you arrive in Paris. You need to have a local address, a bank account, and so on. And that way you can get refunded for medical expenses while in Paris. You can get as well on specific condition accommodation allowance from the state, meaning the state is funding part of your accommodation. And we do have on campus a student experience officer. His name is Leo, and his job is to make sure you can easily settle down in Paris. So Leo is available among all students admitted to one of our programs, and is here in order to help you find accommodation, confirm visa application, arrival in Paris, applying for healthcare, and so on. So we do provide support as soon as you're admitted until you're a graduate student of one of our degree. So be assured that we'll do as best as we can, and we're always available, admission or student services, to reply to your questions. So the few last questions. So I do confirm all MSc degrees are Uncp accredited. This is, I won't get into details, but this is a certification allowing graduates coming from outside the European Union to apply for a post-study work visa. So that allows you to apply for a visa to find a job in Paris, and after that to apply for a permanent visa in France. So all our degrees are Uncp accredited, in addition to being fully AACSB, AMBA, BGA accredited at the international level. Emilia, one of my last questions, can you, well, you haven't had the chance to meet on the long run your students. Can you tell us where the students are coming from your class? Which countries? And
yes, so we are really a mixed group, which is super cool. There are a lot of students from India, there are a lot of students from Lebanon, then we have from the US a few, we have 2 Germans, including me, no, 4, oh yeah, 4, and yes, what else? We have a lot of different nationalities, also of course French students. Yes, that's it, I guess. No, I think we have one of the UK as well, and yes, that's it.
So there is a strong international, strong diversity within the program. David, as a faculty teaching, lecturing at PSB, do you feel it's important to have such a diversity, or does it make your life more difficult or easier as a faculty member?
I wouldn't say it makes.
Lost David.
He's gone.
He's gone. Probably internet issue, not on campus. For you, Emilia, is it easier, or do you feel it's an added value to your degree? Or
Totally. A problem with connection. Sorry.
Oh.
No issue.
So okay, just really quick for me, it's really a helpful thing, and it gives me so much to learn about different cultures. I studied abroad. I did my bachelor in LA. I did my bachelor in Berlin, and also in LA they had this huge international field, and I feel so welcomed here because everyone is accepting and respectful of their own culture, and I feel like we are learning from each other, and that's a great plus.
David, you wanted to talk before the.
Yeah, I had some just technical bug here. So basically, I don't think that having a lot of international students is a problem. It's actually the opposite, because after finishing your studies, you'll be working with international environments. So you'll have to deal with different cultures, different languages, and different ways how to look at the business, how to do negotiations with international partners, how to cooperate with them. So working with this multicultural environment before gives you some kind of on-spot training, what you're going to expect after your studies in the physical business world. So for teaching perspective, I don't think it's a problem. It's actually quite interesting to see that some business concepts, it's not necessarily understood in exactly the same way by different types of students. So you'll see that maybe what's perfectly fine in Lebanon, maybe it's not exactly perfectly fine in the US, and maybe in France you would have to expect something different in business. So that's why you'll find, for example, Emilia can confirm, in Germany, we'll have very simple structure. Everything will be according to the rules. Everything will be on time. And in some other places, it's like Portugal, for example, there's going to be totally different approach on business. And if you're 2 hours late, there's not a big deal. But in Germany, that would never happen. So we're also having a possibility to see how the real business world looks like and what kind of rules you can expect in different cultures.
Well, thank you, David. So before we close this webinar, the first one, and there will be the other one dedicated to master, dedicated to BBA, and so on. Just wanted to remind that applications are still open for the February intake. However, you must apply as soon as possible, especially if you need to get a visa. So I recommend you get in touch with the admission department as soon as possible. Of course, it's still also possible for the September 21 intake. Hopefully by then, COVID will be behind us and we'll be able to welcome students on campus and to have drinks and parties and so on to share the opportunity to mix up and be together again. So this is feel free to contact us should you have any questions. Thank you, David. Maybe one last word why students should join us at PSB for their degree, whether it's yours, the one you're in charge, or another Master of Science if they're keen on hospitality, luxury, and so on.
Well, apart from the fact that international management is always the biggest program, so you'll have a chance to have quite a lot of different people from different countries around you. That's a huge plus. Second one, I'm managing the program, so I think that you'll have a possibility to even see me quite often. We've just had unfortunately virtual integration day a couple of weeks ago in November with international management students. So I see them, I ask them some questions. How is everything? Can we change everything? Do you need any help? And so on. So definitely this is the program that has been taken care of as others as well. We are a very good school, very good private university here in Europe and in France in particular. Plus the magic of Paris, it's kind of a last point that should encourage you to just jump in and spend a couple of months of your life in the most beautiful city in the world.
Well, thanks, David. Emilia, so specific situation, COVID, online classes. So far, what has been your best moment in Paris or at PSB?
I think it's to just speak generally. I feel like this is, if I can speak a little personally, I feel like this is not only academic, very, very, very high on top of the top for me. It brings me a lot. I'm learning a lot about different cultures, especially I'm studying again international management. So I'm not only focusing on management, but like in every country, and like to have this connection with people that you actually never really met before online. We're just so supporting of each other. It also, I made great friends, even though it's all like kind of online, and we've been out for a walk sometime. It's just a different type of connection that I've honestly never experienced in different universities. I feel like it's a strong bond, and I can't wait to have classes again at one point and just to see everyone in person. And I'm just really happy to be here. And also, as David said, Paris is a big plus. I mean, it is awesome, really. It's great, even in lockdown.
Thanks, Emilia, for your time and for your testimonial today. David, thank you. Thanks a lot for your time.
You're very welcome.
Pleasure having you both, of course. Thanks to all attendees. Any questions, let us know. Again, there'll be more webinars, so feel free to contact us. Stay safe, be strong, and hopefully we will be able to see you in person in 2021. Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks, David. Thanks, Emilia.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.